this fear of the other person not wanting to be with us, or this fear that we don't want to be with the other person because we'll hurt their feelings. Well, if you can see that that's all coming from your rendition of what's going on, it's coming from thought. It's coming from this invisible power that we have to think things up. And, you know, you don't have to worry about that stuff. If you're a kind person and you just let the other person who may want to spend more time with you, if you just let them know that, you know, it just doesn't feel right to me, but I've really enjoyed my time with you. Now, who hearing that would take offense to that? If they did take offense to that, that's their thinking. I mean, surely that person wouldn't want to be with you if you were forcing yourself to be with them, if you didn't really want to be with them, you know. So it comes down to just common sense. And who cares if you get rejected, you know? It's just telling you that, okay, that wasn't the right relationship. Thank you for letting me know that early on. Right? It's so much gentler and easier than many of us, and certainly myself. I used to do a number to myself about these sorts of things, these questions. I know that that's very popular, to create a list of what you want, but I'm wondering, if you go into a date with someone and you've got a list on your mind of what you're looking for, if that's going to get in your way of just being with somebody heart to heart, you know. And when, in my experience, when I connect with somebody, they might be really different than the list I would have in my head. And vice versa, you know, I could meet somebody who matches my list of, you know, the top 10 qualities, and wonder, why are we not connecting here? You know, why is this not going further? Because on paper, it's the perfect person. So does that make sense? That in some ways, it's having thinking on your mind, I think. I mean, now there are certain, you know, what are they called? Deal breakers, you know.
Yeah.
Deal breakers.
Sure.
Other than the major ones.
Like a bank robber would be a deal breaker for me.
That'd be a deal breaker.
Successful bank robber, or one that got caught?
Well, I don't know. A successful bank robber, I don't know. I might be going on a lot of nice trips. I might have to take that off the list now. Well, look. You just have to be careful with characteristics. That's just the outside form. And if you really find a deep, loving connection with someone, you'll go beyond your list. You will go beyond your list, because a person in a certain state of mind shows themselves to have certain characteristics that meet your list or miss your list. But if you go deeper, they don't matter. Honestly, they don't matter. I've had so many, this is a little different, but I've had so many couples who, once they found their love again, many of the issues did not exist anymore.
Right.
They're just gone because they found what they were looking for, and they saw the ridiculousness of having to, get bothered over some of these issues. Now, there were some issues that they did need to talk about, but they did that with understanding.
Yeah.
So if you carry that with you, you got to be careful, because even if somebody meets your list, or even misses some of your list, there's more to them. And that's what you're looking for. So, like you said, the feeling of you just saying, I just met this lovely girl in Germany, you could see already that feeling is taking off London from your list, or it might have the potential to take London off your list. Why? Because of the feeling, a lovely person. So just be careful with that, because people are beyond a personality or characteristics, and you want to go find those. When you find those, that'll tell you what you got.
It seems to me is that it's like an evolution. That the more, the fact that you're noticing that you get really caught up in your thoughts, that's wonderful, because we have to notice that we're getting caught up in order to let it go. Right? If we don't notice that we're getting caught up, we just stay in that washing machine of thought. So you just be, patient with yourself and gentle with yourself, that you'll have these clear-minded moments and it'll feel so great that you're going to automatically go in that direction more often, because the feeling is so nice. It's very, it's magnetic. It's compelling to want to find that feeling again. Yeah. So, like, welcome to my humanity. Anybody on this webinar who doesn't get caught up in a bunch of thinking at times? We all do.
Getting curious about the other person. And it's an aspect of this listening process that I've come to see very deeply. And I think that's an aspect that helps, is to just try to get curious about this other person that you're meeting.
Yeah.
And I don't mean just hear one thing and try to imagine what that's like. I mean, just really wonder how they're putting that together for them. How is that fun for them? What is that experience like for them? And I think that's a way to kind of lose yourself in the journey of of discovering this other person.
Yeah.
That helps me, is to always try to get my thinking to the feeling of wondering about this person or curious with this person.
Yeah.
Just try to find their way of life, be interested in how they put life together.
Mm-hmm.
And as that starts to, you get the feeling of that, you'll come out.